Have you seen this? Have you seen Rear Window? Have you seen Sexy Rear Window?
Welcome to Have You Seen This?
The world's only podcast about obscure, overlooked, and misbegotten media.
All discussions will be spoiler heavy.
You have been warned.
This show would not be possible without the support of our patrons. If you would like to support our show, join us at patreon.com/haveyouseenthis. Patrons get the show a week early, and $5 supporters also get access to our Discord. Or you can tip us at our Ko-fi. Visit the link in the show notes.
This is 1984's Body Double.
It's really true.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a point when Hitchcock did put tits in a movie.
Bless him for that. Yeah.
That was way at the end of his career.
Yeah. I think that Brian De Palma, director of Body Double, he's probably, Hitchcock's biggest fan with the exception of maybe James Wen.
Yes, and there you have, ladies and gentlemen, the full spectrum of filmmaking.
Yes.
From the best to, oh my God, what is this?
What the hell, man? What are we doing?
Because De Palma is, he's had his ups and downs, but when he's on, to quote Ishtar. And this is, I think, is Brian De Palma being on fucking fire. Because, I didn't expect much from this movie, but I kind of loved it and wish I could, live in it.
Okay. Yeah, the similarities to not just Rear Window, but also Vertigo.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty obvious. And I say that because I was able to notice. And I am not a canny viewer of cinema. So I'm like, wait a minute, this thing sounds like this thing where he's got the claustrophobia. This reminds me of another movie. So
yeah. Except there's nobody as hot in this movie as Barbara Bel Geddes.
I know. Yeah, that's really the only thing was missing. That sexy piece of ass Barbara Bel Geddes. She is Jimmy Stewart's mousy assistant in Vertigo.
Yes, and obviously some kind of type for Tim. So
I don't know, man.
Respect.
Yeah.
In this we get Melanie Griffith, who's very much not Tim's type.
No, and she kind of isn't.
I think I'll say this. I think she is good in this. I mean, she looks great, obviously.
Yeah, they sure
these
do.
are her original tits.
Yes.
She later had them done for Bonfire of the Vanities, which I
That's a
don't
good
think
write-off.
was worth it. I think that was... I don't remember if that was De Palma's next picture. Actually, let me check. Let's see. Wise Guys with Danny DeVito and Joe Piscopo.
Oof, no, I'm just vetoing that right now.
Right, and then, oh, well, shit. Okay, The Untouchables.
I've heard of that one. Yeah.
That was pretty good, as I recall.
Yeah.
Casualties of War.
That was Michael J. Fox and Sean Penn, right?
Yeah, and then Bonfire of the Vanities in 1990. I've watched half of Bonfire of the Vanities on Tubi. I don't think I'll finish it. That was several months ago.
Yeah, if you aren't going to finish a 90-minute movie by now.
Right.
Your time's just too valuable.
Also has Melanie Griffith. Now, to be fair to Melanie, I think she's had a weird life. So I think the voice maybe signifies some severe psychological trauma.
Yeah, listen to our episode on Night Moves.
Right. So yeah, but
where she is mostly of age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. This was that was after she had moved in with Don Johnson, which that happened when she was 14.
Huh.
He was in his 20s.
Okay, so I guess not the biggest age gap. It's merely a statutory one.
Right. But okay, all gross factoids aside, she's good in this. She actually won a Golden Globe for playing Holly Body. Interestingly, she's not in the movie until it's, I think, more than halfway over.
Yeah, that is weird. She's kind of Yeah, she's only in like the back half, the rear end of Body Double.
Right.
Because yeah, up until that point, like we've watched, because it's about an out of work actor who catches his wife cheating on him.
Barbara
Fucking
Crampton.
yeah, Barbara Crampton, which I was like, I'd recognize those anywhere. Um,
Her first film role, I think, which is
Perfect, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Good on
Before
her.
she hit it big with Reanimator, definitely that does establish early on the movie's theme of voyeurism, because that there's a
Right.
lot of just being a dirty old man just like looking at gorgeous women. He's
Yeah, like the whole time watching this movie, I was like how porn brained was De Palma when he was working on this? Because there are like actual porn stars of the time
uh-huh.
in the movie. I'm sure there are experts out there who can name them. I'm not. I'm only passingly familiar.
Yeah.
But the theme of voyeurism, like scopophilia, is so overarching. It really does like take a lot of the stuff that Hitchcock could only hint at
Yeah.
in in his movies. And both of these directors being like powerful visual stylists, like of
Hmm.
course they're going to merge horniness with the camera.
Right.
And
The camera's
as such
penis.
it's or the comically large drill.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too.
Yeah.
I thought
This
that was like
is
a slumber party massacre uh, kind of thing.
yeah, like
That's the
I
only other
think
time you see a drill like that.
yeah, very phallic.
Hmm.
But where were
Yeah,
we?
but this
Let's see,
actor comes
breasts,
home to find,
penises.
yeah, the what's that?
I was just like, let's see, breasts,
Yeah,
penises.
right. Yeah, so the actor, I didn't bother to get his name.
Craig Craig Wasson, who
Mm,
really looks like Bill Maher, or probably like Bill Maher's like image of himself.
maybe Bill Maher's body double.
Oh shit! It's all
Hmm.
connected.
Ah, yeah, yeah. He comes home.
I'll hand this to the leading man. He is way less annoying than Bill Maher.
Right. True. Yeah, and it's unfortunate that it does come across as a versatile actor because he does play in a way like three different personas.
Yeah,
It's just a shame that like the main one is so bland.
right. He is like kind of the well, it's
Square?
weird because well, this is sort of like your typical like kind of like almost blank slate protagonist that
Uh-huh.
the audience can easily project themselves onto, except he's also like a working actor in Hollywood who when we first see him it's when he's having basically a panic attack on the set of a vampire schlock film.
Yeah, where he's
And it's
like
like, well, who hasn't
the
been in that situation?
right, yeah, I know. Can totally relate. Yeah, and he's all like done up in makeup and he's, clearly like the villain. He's like, the Freddy Krueger or something of this franchise. But yeah, he seizes up. He has his bout of claustrophobia. And then, we see him out of makeup and he's just like, oh, he's just a guy.
Yep.
And he's just a guy for most of the movie, which, kind of works against him. But yeah, like you say, he's kind of got to be this everyman who kind of um, recedes when we see all the like much more flamboyant, eye-catching characters around him. So he can show
Mm-hmm.
that like he's out of his depth. He's kind
Yeah.
of in this crazy, uh, crazy world of lies and deceit.
And he also does kind of have to be like an average dumb guy to get hooked into this whole insane scheme,
Yeah.
which is really crazy and I'm not good at this kind of thing, like
Uh huh.
connecting plot dots.
Uh huh.
But while it is a ride, I'm like, I don't know if this even like makes any sense, but I'm
Right.
kind of just
Yeah.
going with it.
Yeah. And from someone who runs sessions at Traveler every week, there can be stories that you're like, this shit does not make any sense. Why would the
Right.
guy set up such an elaborate ruse for what was the purpose again? Like, it kind of gets lost amongst the presentation of it. because,
Well,
like you say, it's very stylistic, but like
yes.
just trying to connect the dots on the movie it's going to break your brain. Just like trying to make
Yeah.
sense of it, like, well, why would he do that? Why did he do this? How did that happen?
Yeah, because and a lot of the plot like relies on things falling into a place. A
In a
lot
way
of the
that they only
plot,
do in movies.
yeah, like a lot of the plot relies on things falling into a place in such a way that like strains credulity,
Yeah.
like cars happening to drive by at the opportune moment, which
Right.
I don't know, it almost seems like the movie is a little aware of that because there are a couple moments in it that are like so like adeptly timed, but it's all artifice. Like there's the skip way ahead briefly
Mm-hmm.
when our lead in his nerd persona goes into like this sex bathroom, or he's outside the sex bathroom and then the door swings and he sees Holly Body. Like just the
Yeah.
way they timed the door swing for him to like see her at the right moment, it's like really ingenious. And it's like, oh, like the whole movie is basically like this series of really absurd artificial setups.
Yeah,
That
it's
are
really
pretty
the
entertaining.
Optimus version of events. This is the best way things could have worked out for him,
Yeah.
which is being
Yeah,
embroiled
and
in a murder plot.
yeah, what you feel bad for the guy, but you're also like, I mean, I think you said to me over text yesterday, like I called this like an hour in.
Yeah, yeah. Take that 40-year-old movie.
and my thing was the first time I watched it, as soon as they got to the chemosphere, I was like, okay, buddy, like nothing
You're
about
being
this
had.
seems on the level. Because, and for those who don't know, one of the set pieces of the movie is the
It's Troy
because
McClure's house.
like you're good at that, Tim, like cutting right to
Yeah,
the simplest explanation. That it was indeed Troy McClure's house in The Simpsons, or a drawing of it, but it's a
yeah,
very well-known house in Los Angeles, which I think most recently was like the headquarters of Taschen Books, like the art book people.
yeah. It is shaped like a UFO. It's on like a 40-foot pillar, and that's
Yeah.
it. Like
It's
it's
really
very,
something.
yes, it's quite striking. And yeah, like when that happened too, you see enough of these movies where it's like a half hour in, and things are starting to progress. Where like, okay, now the movie's gonna start. Like we've done all this character bullshit where you have to like care
Yeah.
about this guy. The director has dropped all his hints about artifice and duality and presenting things not as they seem. So it's like he's just sort of like seeding the ground sort of thematically for half an hour, and then it's like, okay, now we can start with the plot. And yeah, that's when he goes to Troy McClure's apartment because and in hindsight, if I can spoil the movie, I mean, you're an hour into this podcast, you can figure out what's going on. Um, our main protagonist is basically being set up to be the fall guy for like a rich wife's murder,
Mm-hmm.
and the like you say, there are a lot of coincidences in this and a lot of sort of reaches in terms of things fitting together. But the thing that I did like that does make a lot of sense is that the guy who he's apartment sitting for in the Troy McClure house. He's like, yeah, I'm going to be out of town, blah, blah, blah. You seem like an okay guy. He's down on his luck. Sure, why don't you just come house sit for me? It He's the killer, by the way. But I like that he is trawling auditions and like acting workshops, because if you're trying to find a guy who looks like you, what better place to go than like auditions and acting workshops, because you're just going to find reams of out of work actors, people who are down on their luck, desperate for like a break, and be like, no, that guy sort of looks like me. That guy sort of looks like me.
True.
You're spoiled for choice. So that part I think is a nice detail, and it makes a lot of sense in setting up the premise of the story, just in how these events come together for this guy.
Yeah. And it's very the movie is very Hollywood is very wry about Hollywood in a way that's very funny if you like that sort of thing. And I did find the movie very funny in its portrait of an incredibly fake ass town.
Yeah, it's almost like it's all phony and people aren't what they purport to be.
I think, and I think the first time I watched it, when I was checking this out to see if it fit the podcast, and as it happened, it did flop, and in fact led to De Palma losing out on the third picture of a 3-picture deal. But he bounced back, so that's good.
I mean, it wasn't a mess. That's a little unfair.
No, and the thing is that it's so. I'll say this: I think because of the content of the movie, because of it, the swings are so big, and the sexuality of it is so cartoonish in a way, and like an 80s like dawn of the porn on VHS era. Not really the dawn, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think like 15 or 20 years ago, I would not have gotten this movie. But now I'm like, oh, this is a blast. I love this. It's so stylish and so crazy.
Yeah.
And so aware that it's like, yeah, we're doing Hitchcock, but dirty Hitchcock. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
hell
Really
yeah,
putting the cock
dude, this
in
is
his foot.
awesome.
I don't know.
And in fact, to that end, when I first watched this, I texted you a shot of the screen of a guy visiting the Tail of the Pup hot dog stand.
Right.
It's so early in the movie, but I clicked in instantly. I was like, because you start head on the wiener coming out of the bun, and I'm like, or going into the bun, and I was like,
hey.
oh, okay, oh, hell yeah, yeah.
Yeah, listeners, we need not explain what the sexual act of Tail of the Pup is, but just use your imagination.
I'm pretty sure that Holly Body listed it as one of the things that she won't do.
Right, yeah.
Camera.
I do like her professionalism in that scene where he's, through a confluence of events, he's like, hey, I want you to hire you to a picture. And she's like, well, you can't come on my face. I'm not going to shave my pussy. I don't do animals. Just like, no, I mean like for a real film.
No pissing or fisting.
Right, yeah. Man, so uptight.
If she doesn't shave her beaver, she's going to be left behind in the porn industry in the late 80s.
Yeah.
Because that's when those pubes started disappearing.
Right, yeah. But we're getting ahead of ourselves because she doesn't show up for like 75 minutes.
Right. Has anyone made like an animated graphic of like pubic hair shapes in Playboy through the years?
Well, there was that like ad that was like happy whatever 60th birthday Playboy, and they had like 1968 or whatever, and it's this like just pen scribble of like a huge beaver, and it's like 1998 and it's like a line. We'll put that in the show notes.
I'll look for that.
but De Palma is a very style-focused director in the same way Hitchcock is, and there are a number of set pieces in this that are very reminiscent of Hitchcock's work. Not just the voyeurism through the telescope, recalling Rear Window, not just the actor. Maybe that was the problem. Just this guy eludes me, like the lead of the movie. I just can't get a grasp on who this guy is. But
he is a little bit like, for example, the lead in he fits in that very small group of kind of miscast lead actors, like the lead in John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. I can't even remember that guy's name, and I've seen that movie a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I love Prince of Darkness, but
yeah. It's sort of that perennial leading man problem where it's like, this is the new leading man. The audiences are like, no, he's not. It's like, okay, this is the next leading man. No, he's not. Much like the events of Body Double themselves, becoming a leading man has to depend on such a narrow range of variables exactly working out in your favor. Listen to our episode on the Oscar to find out about that.
This movie should have starred Stephen Boyd.
Right, yeah, just monologuing with everything turned up to 11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
think
like,
I think Stephen Boyd would have crushed it in this role if he hadn't already died of a heart attack 10 years earlier. But anyway, you were saying.
yeah, otherwise, yeah, not much of a presence. But yeah, very stylish movie. It is like the not just the Rear Window homages, but the actor following around this woman Gloria, who like he peeps on doing her exhibition show, or is it Gloria? Like him following her all over town, and it's like, oh, we're just doing a Vertigo right now.
Can I say how much I love the peep show element of this
Okay.
movie? Because it's very it's very meta. Because the whole movie again is about scopophilia. But I also love how ridiculous this whole setup is. It's like, oh, come over, like house sit this baller pad for me. That's, by the way, like decorated to the maximum of 1980s sleazoid bachelor pad style.
Yeah,
It is
it's got a round
incredible.
rotating bed.
Yes.
Yeah, and I love too that it's such a posh apartment. And what else? What better to cap off a posh apartment than a 24-inch CRT?
Dude, that was top of the line, man. Zenith.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's why it's called Zenith. It's that
he had
good.
a remote. Yeah,
God,
top
this
of the
was like
line.
before the domination of like Japanese electronics. Wow, like this is a I love this blast from the past. But anyway, so yeah, like come over, watch this stylish pad. Oh, by the way, you get a free peep show at the same time every night. This absolutely banging
Yeah,
chick is going
Yeah,
to
just-
dance nude for you and then finger herself.
right. Yeah.
Sure, that sounds like a thing that happens.
Well, a punctual exhibitionist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she does that. He does notice seeing Melanie Griffith's character, Holly Body, gyrating on like some porn ad. It's like, wait a minute, I've seen those before.
I love that is like his detective work where he's like, hey, wait a minute, like she shakes her ass in the same way as this other chick. What gives? It's like, right.
Yeah, going, being a patron of live physical performance. Yes, each woman does have her own rhythm when she's shaking what her mama gave her.
But the flip side is that I do buy that because like having known many men who can like rattle off like different porn star names like at the drop of a hat, like guys who really, because everybody like watches pornography, but then there are the guys, and usually it's guys, then there are the guys who like know lots of different actresses by name and like follow their work, which
Yeah, they're in our group chat.
right, which like so no disrespect,
Right.
but like I've known quite a few of these guys, and like that's one thing that was making me laugh watching this movie was like thinking of like De Palma with like one of those like those VCRs that's like the size of a water buffalo, like, and watching all these different like porn tapes and just
Yeah.
being like, well, yeah, it's for a movie that I'm working on.
Right, yeah. Always
But
with the movies, Brian.
Yeah, and then you just know like he's like talking to all his director friends about like Seika and like how she's really got like something extra, like I really think she could make it in real movies. So I kind of buy that this dork could identify a woman from her suggestive ass out face down dance.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels right.
I'll just have to accept the premise that someone could have studied some very mid pornography well enough to like know all the nuances of the performers involved. Listen to our Pervy the Clown episode, by the way.
That would be so funny, like the scene of him like watching the ad for Holly Does Hollywood, but it's Pervy the Clown.
Oh God! Although, like, yeah, on the one hand, you're like, yeah, this is dumb and unbelievable. And it's like, if that was Kinky Candies on there, I'd be like,
Oh,
yeah, I could
God.
probably pick Kinky Candies out of a lineup. I'm like, oh shit.
Absolutely.
Oh fuck,
She
they're right.
she has a very she's a distinct physiognomy and a distinct, let's call it a style of performance.
Right. Yeah. Let's be generous.
Right.
Yeah.
Even through a telescope you could spot her, I bet.
It's a really good telescope.
Like a telescope, like across like a canyon in Los Angeles. Across a Christie Canyon, if you will.
Ah, yeah. Maybe they're filming the canyons.
Ugh.
There's a new director trying to coax cokehead out into taking her top off.
Oh God, I'm really glad that De Palma didn't show up to the set nude at any point. There is a little riff on De Palma himself. There is a director played by Dennis Franz Dennis Franz apparently based his performance on De Palma, so that's another little funny bit of meta.
Oh wow! So
And
he's a piece of work.
Yeah, and the movie is like delightfully cynical about the business. The point where De Palma, who I think worked on the script with a guy called Robert J. Averick, he's willing to poke a little bit of fun at himself because like the Dennis Franz director character like is kind of a piece of shit to our main character. He's like, oh no, like go home, take a shower, like rest up, it'll be fine, and then he just fires him behind his back.
Right? Yeah. He said, yeah. You said that it's going to get another chance. He's like, yeah, I lied to you.
Very Hollywood.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing I was going to mention. Like going back to like De Palma watching like porn, like on a giant VCR
For work. Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
You write it off. Did you notice when our lead goes to Tower Records, R.I.P., to rent Holly Does Hollywood? The clerk who helps him out is like, oh yeah, we got in all kinds of different formats, like 1/2 inch, 3/4, beta. I was like,
Yeah,
can you imagine going to Tower Records to rent a porn tape on like 1/2 inch videotape?
I want
that
art
rules.
quality. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
We gotta get
the reels.
Yeah, we gotta get Chris Person back on the show.
Yeah, he can tell us all about media archiving.
Yeah,
It's very
you know where we
important.
could get 1/2 inch porno.
Yeah, I guess. Why do you keep asking? Yeah.
He's like, what is this about?
Like I said, stylish movie by a style-focused director. The lead himself is a bit bland, unfortunately, or possibly by design. But yeah, you see him like he gets infatuated with this woman that he sees, through the telescope across the canyon, and it being like, someone who just broke up with Barbara Crampton, he's kind of like a lonely pervert. Yeah,
well, he's a freak because obviously he hangs out with Brian Usna, so
Oh, okay, yeah, it's allowed. But yeah, he follows her around, which like already like a half hour in, you're kind of like, okay, this guy's just like doing things that seem innocuous at the time but are implicating him.
Yes.
Like he follows Gloria. She goes to Rodeo Drive along with some other guy trailing her in a Ford Bronco. Maybe it's someone else. But yeah, he's watching her. He's following her around. And he watches her go into like a boutique shop to try on a pair of panties.
Now, like, I do have to object to this. I don't know if maybe shit's different on Rodeo Drive.
Yeah.
Most places don't let you try on panties.
No, yeah.
Like, because can you imagine, like, you try them on and you're like, oh, I don't want these. I have my period, by the way.
Right, yeah. Do all these come with the little bleach spot in the middle?
But yeah, because
bespoke.
this movie is porn-brained,
Yeah.
like, him watching her, like, through the window, like, she doesn't even bother to pull the curtain closed in the dressing room, which, a thing that most women, indeed, especially very attractive women do. They have no, they don't pay attention to their surroundings whatsoever. They don't
Right.
take into account the fact that they might be looked at. And so, they tend to leave doors ajar, like curtains pushed back.
She's very casual, yes.
Right. So he gets a little show. And a thing I forgot to mention, music here is by Pino Donaggio, like a recurring De Palma collaborator. I love the music in this. I love the haunting panty theme. Like the theme that basically plays when anything like incredibly like hot and sexy is happening. It's so 80s and so fucking good. It's like listening to Space Age Love Song by a Flock of Seagulls. You're in heaven.
Or perhaps a song by Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Perhaps.
Right, yeah, which we'll get to.
But yeah, because I don't want to come just yet.
Good, yeah, just hang on. So yeah, he's following her around, just like implicating himself in big and small ways. Like eventually, like the clerk like calls security on him, which isn't good for like his reputation as like a witness further down the line, as the plot unfolds. Also, he sees another guy there who looks like, I don't know, he looks like Jaws from Moonraker. He's got like a bucket hat and mirror shades. Like the guy is just a ghoul.
He looks
awful.
like Tommy Wiseau's dad.
Yeah, and you can tell. I'm sure this is deliberate on some level that he's in like a makeup and wig.
Right.
Like he's got a prosthetic over his face, and it's like, oh, this is a character that we're not meant to identify until the third act. Which characters have we met, and which ones can we safely eliminate? Like, oh, okay, it's the guy who let him house it.
That's Melanie Griffith.
Right, yeah. I recognize her from her loping posture.
I can tell by the banging body.
Right, yeah. But yeah, so like the two of them follow her around, and it's not really clear why this happens, because it's like, if you were going to set it up so it's like, well, he needs to meet her so he can be seen together and also make their acquaintance and have the purse, but also the key card needs to get stolen, and he needs to recover the purse after the guy gets away with some of her stuff. Like it's not worth thinking about.
Right. It doesn't hang together if you think about it for longer than 4 seconds.
Yeah, but this is like the same creep who's like outside, like welding a satellite dish outside her window. Which, I mean, I can understand like the actor getting upset where it's like, hey, I'm perving on her. Like, go find your own open window in the Hollywood Hills.
I mean, obviously she wants people to watch her. She does this in front of the window every night, so.
Right, yeah. It's like doing a podcast every week. Like, I want people to listen to this.
I want to make myself incredibly vulnerable for the public.
The two of them had been following her around, and again, like in kind of a nod to Hitchcock, there's because he follows her all over town. She heads over to a beach house. She takes a call, argues with someone. It isn't important. The beach house is gorgeous. It's a nice like 4-story thing in like Long Beach. Just right on the beach. It's near where they shot the climactic scene of Mitchell.
This is a fabulous locations movie.
Yeah,
because a lot of the coolest shit in Los Angeles and the broader area like features in it.
Yeah. I haven't even been to Rodeo Drive. Like, what would I do there? So something to think
get
about.
yelled at like Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman.
Probably.
You were mean to me.
But yeah, but in front of the beach house too, there's like this grid of like changing tents on the beach, which I mean, I thought they like stopped having those like 70 years ago. But it just kind of makes for like this little set piece of, the actor in Gloria and the other like, stalker, like kind of like maneuvering amongst these changing tents. And it's one of those things that is just so out of place. You're like, that's just there to look cool. It's just there to be like a neat looking background for the scene.
Yeah, and apparently De Palma wasn't really satisfied with the beach chase sequence. I don't know why.
Well,
Maybe
not a lot happens during it as part of it.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe he's
not
like,
well
nobody
choreographed.
uses these fucking cabanas anymore. What are we doing?
Right, yeah. Yeah, and he like chases the guy grabs a purse, he chases him off, he chases him down a hallway, but he can't continue because of his vertigo. I mean claustrophobia. Sorry, different movie. But yeah, he gets her purse back and she thanks him, and then there's like this fugue of them just like making out, and they're like all over each other. It's like this sort of like cinematic fantasy. It's like love that you only see in the movies. Like the camera's spinning around them, and
Yeah, and there's like an obvious like rear projection background. Like it's artificial in the same way that Hitchcock's films often, because he would do all these like visual effects and they would be like, and part of it was a limitation of the
conspicuous.
time, but yeah, like a lot of time it was like, well, yeah, like that's obviously an effect. Like they're obviously
Yeah,
not on the Statue of Liberty or whatever,
they aren't
you
really
know.
driving. That's a rear projection. And there are some
Right.
shots of like the actor driving around where it's like, I'm in a Hitchcock movie. I'm driving a car.
Yeah, exactly.
So it does call attention to that. But yeah, in particular in this moment when like the two of them are making out, because yeah, it is like, this big like passionate moment of the two of them not like kissing, but then he's like feeling her up and like pulling her shirt open. It's like just like you guys are at like a tunnel by the beach.
Yeah,
Like
it's
like do I have to
broad
get the
daylight.
hose? Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But
broad
yeah,
daylight in Long Beach, by the way. Like, and there are people around, but they're like
yeah.
dogs in heat at this point.
Right, yeah. But yeah, I'm glad that like I'm not going crazy because I immediately recognize like the rear projection around them, because it's like this is all like movie magic. Like that's what the scene is supposed to feel like. And that is
Mm-hmm.
something that De Palma leans on really heavily in like the beginning of the movie, because it starts off with like a sunset, like or a setting sun over a soundstage where like it like pans it dollies cranes
Thank you.
whatever, yes, over a graveyard, and then it tilts down to us seeing the vampire in his grave, and I'm watching this, I'm like, this has nothing to do with the movie, does it? De Palma's like, nope, this is just something cool to start the movie. And so like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we'll get past that. We'll take you now to a scene in the desert. And De Palma's like, I got you again, you dumb bitch. It's just a background painting. We're still on a movie lot. Like, damn you, De Palma.
Yeah, and
Um,
then the way that they bring you back to the vampire schlock movie set, like at the very end of the movie, is
yeah,
great. I loved it.
yeah. That is, it's very fun. It's sort of, yeah, it's like when the show now takes out the end of a comedy or something, because it's
Yeah.
like, all right, yeah, everything turned out okay. Here's back to me with my stupid job.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah,
it's all artifice and bullshit. And
right.
the movie magic is actually very, very prosaic, and the stand-in is chewing gum and like don't move your hand whatever you do. It's great.
Yeah, like it won't cut together, and it is funny too, because even like the way that the ending credits, I guess to skip ahead, the way that the ending credits are staged, it was, there's the point where the actor lost his job, Dennis Franz fires him, but it ends up that that's not the case. He gets his job back. He's able to do the scene where it's him like as the vampire, like showing up in a woman's shower and like biting her neck. But this one's the legitimate actress. Then they have the stand-in. Wait, there's a better word for it. The body double, who's who is
I
paid to
love De
show.
Palma's The Stand-In.
Yeah, the stand-in. The body double who's paid to show her lovely enormous tits, unlike the legitimate actress. But yeah, they got to cut those two shots together, which is why there's all this artifice. But it's great because in the credits, De Palma cuts those two shots together. There's the shot of him biting the actress's neck, and then there's the shot of the blood running down the boobs, and then there's the
Yep.
fact of him biting the neck, and it's like, and it's kind of De Palma being like, see how this works? It's two different
Yeah.
people, but you think it's one person.
Yeah. Like just completely calling attention to like how the sausage is made, basically.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So when he's using that rear projection shot to sort of heighten the artifice of this sort of like movie romance, it
Mm-hmm.
is deliberate and yeah,
Yeah, it's great.
yeah,
You know what's funny is that if you imagine that the vampire schlock movie they're shooting with the
uh
scene of the vampire like biting her neck in the shower, like if you imagine that as like one of the supposed snuff tapes from Video Violence.
huh. Yeah, because like there were two women, but only one of them got credit. The other one got disappeared,
Yeah. And
or she got a
like
hundred
that's
bucks.
how that was the movie that they were making. Like De Palma was shooting it on like consumer grade video.
Yeah. What? Listen to our episode on video violence.
Yeah, it's a fun one. Another one
Yeah.
about cinematic reality. Let's put it that way.
Right. Yes. I guess kind of in the opposite direction. De Palma's like, this is all
Yeah.
fake, and the other one's like,
Again, yeah, it's like contrasting Hitchcock loving directors James Nguyen versus De Palma. It's like
right.
we got both kinds.
Yeah. uh, yeah. So, yeah, he's smitten with Gloria. Somehow he got interested, which like you gotta like the killer is depending on so many coincidences
Yeah,
of this
it's
just like working
ridiculous. It
out.
is
Yeah.
flatly ridiculous.
Right. Not least of which, one of the details that I like to mention is because she goes to Rodeo Drive to buy a pair of panties, decides she doesn't like them and throws them in the trash. He takes them out of the trash, puts them in his pocket.
One of those things that like it's like okay, like you get why he does it, but
Uh-huh.
you're like, ooh, this isn't gonna look good for you at some future point, buddy.
Right, yeah. You should get it out of a vending machine like a normal person.
That's where all the pre-worn panties from the Rodeo Drive shop go. Like all the ones that people
Right.
tried on were just like, ooh, no thanks. Here, get rid of this.
Yeah. Dispose of this. Have this destroyed. Um but yeah, so he's into Gloria and he like pantomimes calling her, which is weird because does he even have Gloria's number?
That's a really good question.
I mean, I
Like
think he has the alias she's been living under.
that's so funny. Like you, cause like as if like the plot wasn't like absurd Rube Goldberg bullshit already.
Yeah.
Like to imagine like Sam Bouchard, the guy who frames him, like writing like Gloria Revelle, the hot chick across the canyon who dances 555 and like leaving it on the bar in the chemosphere.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, in case you need it.
Yeah, just yeah, you could be calling Gloria.
Yeah, but I think I mean I get it. He's like and it is funny when he's like rehearsing like ways to talk to her and he's like, "Yeah, it's me, the guy who almost fucked you at the beach."
You'll get it when you listen to the episode again. Um, yeah, so he wants
Oh
to
god
go.
damn it. Did I miss a really obvious setup?
Yes.
Fuck.
Don't
we
worry
do-
about it.
Oh no, oh shit. I'm going to be so embarrassed when I edit this. I hate that.
That's what keeps me coming back.
Oh god. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm the Rich Evans of the show again.
But yeah, so yeah, she was assaulted. So like a cop shows up, does nothing and leaves. So on point. Meanwhile, upstairs, like the ugly guy is breaking into her wall safe and stealing her jewelry. But the actor sees all this through the telescope because
Right.
he's obsessed with Gloria, and that's the point where I'm like, oh, it's the guy who's house sitting for.
Right.
Because he called him before and he's like, hey, what you doing, buddy? Hey, you busy right now? It's like, you're just fucking with him, aren't you? You're making sure to see that he's home or something.
Right.
It's like, is it an okay time for me to have an alibi while I kill this woman? I forget, it's not really well established what their relationship is or why he wants to do it.
Sorry, I'm just like going back in my mind to be like, what was the joke I missed? What was it?
Don't worry. I mean,
Sorry.
no. I mean, you're gonna like your mind's always gonna be on the run now, just running after somebody. Just, just to, you got to slow down. Just make sure you don't blow it. You don't want to be headed for a breakdown. So be careful. Don't worry about it. He sees.
I feel so stupid, but that's my problem. Like,
Yes. Well,
you're
it's kind of everyone's problem.
thanks a lot, Tim. It's like you never left.
Nah, I know. Yeah, but this is the point where I'm like, oh, it's the guy he's house sitting for, because this is the guy who looks like the guy, so that if he's ever confronted by the cops, because well, it's just happened later. After the whole scene, he pretty much seems like the guy who's been stalking her rather than this other guy.
Right.
But yeah, so the other guy's upstairs. She gets assaulted by him. The actor goes and tries to intervene. Gets attacked by a dog, and like when the dog like leaps up on him, just like bad dog, no, down, go to your bed.
Yeah, it's the dog from Samuel Fuller's White Dog, and he's been rehabilitated, so now he only attacks white people.
Oh, okay. Well, the woke dog. Yeah. So she's being assaulted upstairs. He's got this huge drill that he's attacking her with, and it kind of goes on for a while.
And then the whole bit, and again, De Palma having fun, like the whole rigmarole with like, oh wait, it's plugged into the wall, but the cord is really straining at the outlet. It's like it is so funny.
Cord. Yeah.
Yeah, and the drill is like fucking huge, and it's like, this is hilarious.
It's a comedy of errors. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it didn't end with a woman dying, it would be funnier.
Well, I don't know. I think it's pretty funny already.
Well, yeah, it is.
That's just the icing on the cake.
Right,
just the icing on the tits.
Yes. No, Melanie Griffith doesn't do that. Yes, yeah.
No, you can come on her tits, not on her face.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And she gets
I want
$2,000
to have sex in a dumpster. I can't. I get paid $2,000 a day, and I don't work before 3 p.m.
Right.
But yeah, so he's attacked by a dog, so he's unable to intervene. But you talk about it, like all the stylish set pieces in this. There is a shot in this that I think is brilliant just because of how overwhelming it is. We've got the woman upstairs being chased around by a guy with a giant drill looking for an outlet to plug it into. He's downstairs being attacked by a dog, but like he's got it plugged in. Like, again, it is a real like comedy of errors, just like the clumsiness of this assault upstairs, because it's like he's trying to put the drill in her and then it gets unplugged, and then like she runs away and like trips over the bed and like knocks herself out. It's like, you idiot, just like you had this coming.
I mean, that's what women do in movies like this, is they scream and fall down.
Right, yeah. Just it's the maladroitness or whatever the condition is.
It reminds me of when check out our Mary Shelley's Frankenstein episode. Mm-hmm. Like how delighted you were with like the eventual end of Helen Bonham Carter's character, where she's just like, it's like, oh my god, she like trips and falls down the stairs like face first right into a bucket full of shrimp, and then she stumbles into a path of a car, and ridiculous.
Yeah, like someone drops a hot iron on her hand and her head catches on fire. Yeah. So yeah, the pour one out. I mean, you're probably gonna knock a glass off the table anyway, but pour one out for the dyspraxia among us.
Hey, so it's a serious problem.
I know. She trips over the bed, and like that's the end. That is the killer plugs his drill back in, and you see like the drill like going out of frame like behind the bed into her. But the shot that I really love is that downstairs it is this guy, and it's POV of him being attacked by the dog, and so you have like this dog like all up in his face, and he's like trying to get past this attack dog while you see the ceiling above him, and there's a bloody 1-inch drill like passing through the sheetrock, and I'm like, holy shit, there's a lot going on right now. Like, I need to lie down just after experiencing this.
He went to Home Depot and he's like, I need your longest drill bit. No,
Yeah.
that's not long enough. What can you order for me?
Right. Yeah, I'm running a lot of wiring through some walls that have already been sheetrocked. We need the longest drill you
a
have.
drill that's so long, it goes through like the floor of a fucking house.
Right. Yeah. So
Oh,
it's
amazing.
like another time. There's another great, just like sometimes there's just like one awesome little shot amongst like the rest of the movie where it's just this sort of like, I don't know, just this grace note or something. Another example of this. Did you see Mel Gibson's Apocalypto? The one that's
No,
set in like
I've been meaning to for a long time. I think it might even fit the show.
Oh, hell yeah, I'd talk about that. Well, spoilers for that episode if and whenever we do it. Yeah, there is one tribe of like Mayans that kidnaps and enslaves the others, and they're all being brought to a temple to be sacrificed, or like the good ones anyway. Like the rotten ones are just like, yeah, you're on your own, I don't care. But like the good ones, like they get taken up to be like to have their head cut off and their heart cut out. This is non-consensual, by the way. But there's the whole scene of like one of them being like brought up to the altar, and you see like the point of view of like the guy like bringing down the dagger, and then the camera like kind of like shakes and rolls away, and you're like, oh, this is not the omniscient third party observer that just saw this happen.
Damn.
So yeah, it's very intense, much like this POV of the protagonist being attacked by a dog, just fighting an attack dog while you're seeing this bloody drill penetrate the ceiling above you. You're like, there's way too much going on just in this like 3 seconds right here. But just that one little moment is kind of the is the climax for me. Like it's peak cinema, just seeing like
That's the
there's
cum shot.
way too much going on here.
Yeah, and like that dog attack is really well shot and edited, by the way, because usually like those, and I think it has a lot to do with like the difficulties of working with animals. But most
this dog just hated this guy. That's how I made it work.
It's like, why are you so bland? Most like scenes like this kind of look like shit. I don't know. Maybe I just watch too much schlock, but usually like animal attacks in movies
show?
are like kind of hilariously fake. And this is pretty tightly put together because it's really convincing. It you know what it is? It's the most animal attacks in movies kind of resemble like in the Monty Python sketch Scott of the Sahara when he fights the lion. Another piece of filmmaking about the artifice of Hollywood.
And the blood sprays out.
Yeah, it just goes.
It's like a hose.
Because at first it's like a stuffed lion and like like a really shitty taxidermy, and then it's like a guy in a lion costume with a knife. This is much better though. At no point does the dog pull a knife on our hero.
Although, can you imagine?
Yeah, that's like the drill comes through the ceiling. Our hero is screaming, and he's like, "The dog's got a knife."
There was just some random like, it was like a bit on Conan where like viewers would call in and like leave a voicemail, like they'd leave feedback, and it was that like goofy balding guy who's like I guess one of the staff writers, and he's doing a bit where he's like, "Hey, yeah, Conan, I'm watching your show, and I'm in the bath right now, and I got the TV kind of balanced on the edge here. That's how I like watching your show. Hey, my dog's coming in here. Yeah, he's wagging his tail around. He's kind of hitting the TV a little bit. Oh, it's getting a little shaky. Conan, my dog has a gun."
Oh, that's a good bit. That guy should be
Yeah.
on TV.
Yeah, you really should. Yeah. And I love that I got to tell that story, to tell someone else's joke.
It's a good bit, though.
It is.
I mean, I just described part of a Monty Python sketch, so it's
Right,
But
okay. Oh, what
we
movie
were-
were we talking about?
we were describing Brian De Palma's body double.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah. Did you know Melanie
a-
Griffith is in this?
Right, yeah, because now that
Well, we
Gloria
killed off
Revelle
Gloria.
has
Yeah.
been just fucking drilled to death
Yeah.
in a very violent and sexual way,
Mm-hmm.
we have the second phase of the movie. And, like,
Right.
I have to say, like, the as ridiculous... I keep using the word ridiculous. As, like,
Mhm.
absurd as this movie has been so far...
Mm-hmm.
like it's also very Hitchcock in that you're like totally sucked into the story because of like the strength of the visual storytelling.
Yeah.
Even when he's following her around like in the mall in Rodeo Drive,
Mhm.
you know, you're going like, dude, what are you doing? You're like so obvious. This is crazy. Why are you even following her? But you're like still like gripped and you don't want him to get caught, even though he you know that he's not a creep. He's just like a horny guy, but
Right.
like if you saw a guy like this, you'd be like, "Oh, look at that fucking creep!" Like, but
That's pretty
you
much
don't want
anytime
him
I
to
go
get
the mall.
caught.
Yeah.
Except instead of like you like looking through the window of like the lingerie store, it's you at the Lego store.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh, is this season's CMS in yet? Oh,
You're like,
what's
"Oh, is that the new Friends set?"
no, instead of like a hot model trying on panties, it's just someone like trying different legs on the torsos at the building station.
Someone digging through like the minifig pile.
Yeah, like they don't like the minifigs, so they throw the legs away, and of course I would dig through the trash for it.
Even though it's covered with the saliva of small children. God, you could not pay me to stick my hand in the minifig bin at a Lego store.
Yeah, even during COVID, like, ugh, it's just that much worse.
Ooh, God.
Yeah,
It makes
yeah.
you want to use hand sanitizer right now. Like, I've
right.
been
Yeah,
home
just
all
the
day.
thought of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and this guy's been perving on her for like half the movie. So when she's killed and he talks to the detective, it's like, okay, yeah, so you're following her around. All right, got it. And oh, what's this in your pocket? Okay, so you still have her panties. That's good. Yeah, really good for establishing character.
Yeah, and I love this detective, who I believe is played by Guy Boyd, and he's weirdly like he looks like a throwback to like Dragnet,
Yeah.
like almost like a 1960s or 70s like LAPD detective, but historically the LAPD have always been dicks, so like that
Right. Yeah.
You
It's
know,
in the job
that-
description.
goes across the decades, but it is very funny because like kind of like the payoff to the whole previous section of the movie is like, oh yeah, you're basically like a sex offender like waiting to happen, aren't you? Like,
Yeah, you're our number one
you
suspect.
freak. Right. And you see like the absurd trap that the guy has fallen into, and it's like it's so like, again, makes no sense in any way, but it's like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, it's absurd.
Yeah.
It's style over substance. There you go.
Twisty. And what
Yeah.
style it is. Like, again, the pure 80s-ness of this movie
Hmm.
is incredible. Like,
Yeah.
I wish I had, like, thick black velvety carpet, like, in the chemosphere in this movie. It looks so sick.
The only way it could be even more 80s is if the guy from Frankie Goes to Hollywood shows up.
Well, and that was the point where, as I texted you, I decided this is the best movie I've ever seen because our hero, Jake Scully, isn't that the name of the hero in Avatar?
I don't remember any.
Oh no,
character
it's
name
Jake.
from
It's
Avatar.
Jake Sully. Well, you know, close. Well, you know that this is a Sam Worthington type. He's like perfectly
Yeah,
bland.
fair enough. Yeah.
So, I forget why, because the movie is kind of confusing, but after Gloria's dead and he's like on the LAPD's watch list. He's watching some porno, as you do, because that pad definitely has the Spice Channel.
Oh, for sure.
And he sees an ad for this new porno that's coming out that's like super classy, but it's also full penetration, surely. Holly Does Hollywood. And there's something about the main chick in Holly Does Hollywood. This chick, Holly Body, Melanie Griffith. And he's like, wait a fucking minute.
Yeah, so he becomes fixated on her because, the other one's dead. So.
Right. And like, again, like the duality here of like the kind of gauzy dream woman and then the vastly sexually experienced, like, tough porn star.
Right.
Is, I think, part of like the fascination of this movie. And again, I think 15 or 20 years ago I would have been like, oh, it's sexist. But now I'm just like, yeah, it do be like that. The way men fantasize. Like, it's so
you
like...
were kind of a lot to deal with 20 years ago.
Well, that's what happens when you go full lib fem. I don't recommend it. Like, engage with real feminism and you will understand the world much better. But like this kind of treatise on like male fantasy and its inherent ridiculousness because like all the sexual situations in this movie are ridiculous.
Next, you're going to tell me the letters to Penthouse aren't real. Yeah, so cinema is artifice, but as an actor, he does kind of have an entree into that world where he's able to see the producer and he's be like, yeah, I can fuck on camera. I can do the scene. Yeah, and,
I feel like if this movie were made today, the actor would have hung dong, but this was 1984.
Be distributed by A24.
Yeah.
We'd be like, can't talk about that one. It's too well acclaimed.
Yep, that's exactly right. But
it does kind of exist in like the same sort of miasma as like hardcore, like the George C. Scott movie.
Yeah, that is true. But I think Paul Schrader is like way more sex negative than De Palma.
Dude just needs to get laid. Maybe needs to meet, like a Holly Body, loosen him up.
Like in the pantheon of like great sex negative directors, like Schrader is up there with Lars von Trier.
Like I'm
not even hating. I'm just saying, like that's their POV. De Palma approaches the sexual material with a kind of brio that tells me that he's an enthusiast, to say the least, because as Tim mentioned, that's when fucking Frankie Goes to Hollywood shows up.
Yeah, and like through this this oneer, I guess. Like he takes him on this tour, like through this bacchanal of like the kind of club that I couldn't get into.
And he's led through this by fucking Holly Johnson from Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Like, as soon as I recognized him, I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's like the your first night in Hollywood. And I mean like the sleazy Hollywood on Sunset.
Yeah, this is definitely like the Hollywood that people don't realize is the real Hollywood. Like the Hollywood that Ed Wood lived in. Mm-hmm. The Playboy liquor store.
Lived and died in. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and true to like his nature, like because he's been kind of a bland presence this whole time, he actually plays like the inexperienced dork in this scene. Like he's got like his glasses and he's got like an Argyle sweater.
Yeah. And you know what? Like I don't know what it is, but I was like, this is the cutest this actor has looked in the whole movie, because like that's a hot look. Is like the nerd in like a porn kind of setup. I don't know.
Right.
It's hot. Hey,
the director knows what sells. So you're watching it and you're like, is this really happening? But no, it is a porno that is being shot, and I love the way that they telegraph that, because he's been so fixated on Holly, like with shaking her ass because she's in like chaps, and you can see her ass with her like tattoo on it, which as a sidebar or an asterisk or a footnote, it reminded me of that King of the Hill episode where like he has to like exonerate himself for like having been accused of renting and not returning a porno. Just yeah, the episode is Hank's Dirty Laundry, but if you look up Cuffs and Collars, like that's the titular porno from this King of the Hill episode. But yeah, it also a porn star with a tattoo on her ass figures prominently in that one as well.
Perhaps
but
Body Double inspired the King of the Hill episode.
I wouldn't be surprised. Perhaps Vertigo and Rear Window inspired Body Double. But yeah, so he's being led there, and he's like, just zeroing in on Holly while being serenaded by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. And you aren't really sure if it's real or not, but he like peeks in on her in like her dressing room or like the ladies' room or whatever, and there's like this big mirror on the back of the door, which means the shot is framed so that you get a close-up of him watching her reflection in the mirror. So you see the two of them together. He comes in, he pushes the door open, and it swings shut. And when it swings shut, you see a reflection of the camera crew.
It's so good.
Yeah, it is so well choreographed. It is like, that is like probably the first thing that like De Palma had like nailed down for the script. He's like, I want to do this. We'll come up with the rest later.
Yeah, like the rest doesn't matter as much. Like, but let's get this.
yeah, because it's such a great nod to the artifice of the entire proceedings that you're like, this isn't really happening. This is the porno. This is a fantasy. In the same way that him making out with Gloria in the tunnel, you're like, is this real or is this a fantasy? Is this just a movie?
Yeah.
So yeah, Body Double is doing that the whole way through. Like, is it real? Are you watching the thing you think you're watching, or are you watching a body double?
Right. Yeah. And the other there are a couple of other tells that this is actually like a porno movie and not happening IRL. First of all, a woman having sex in a public bathroom. That doesn't happen. That is a male practice. For the most part. Okay. I'm not saying it never ever happens. It's just that for the most part, women do not like to have sex in public bathrooms.
Noted.
Check out our episode on William Friedkin's cruising.
Okay. Yeah, not very many women in that.
The other tell is that she comes from penetrative sex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you even imagine? Yeah, that's De Palma's biggest. Just like, yeah, this is all just made up.
But hey, like Holly Body, like her G-spot's working overtime, so like,
right.
You know what? It's just like in Boogie Nights, like the first time he fucks Amber Waves on camera. And like no cum shot. Well,
I mean,
because Rob Paulson, as the assistant cameraman, comes up and is like, "Where's the cum shot?"
I didn't know that was someone.
Yeah, it's the voice of Wacko from Animaniacs.
Okay, I didn't recognize that it was the voice of Wacko because I was so distracted that he was wearing a backwards Nostromo hat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, Melanie Griffith's then husband, I believe, has a blink and you'll miss him part in the scene of Holly Body dancing that's in the porno. Like, I'm pretty sure that's Stephen Bauer, who was also in De Palma's Scarface. And he was married to Melanie Griffith for like a hot second.
Interesting too that like Melanie Griffith gets sort of naked in this. And
yeah, you see a little bit of Melanie Griffith in this.
Yeah, a little bit. You don't see like inside her guts. So
I swear to God, like that. Like when I rewatched the movie, I was like, is that her outer labia? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it reminded me like I couldn't find whether or not we cover or not. Did we cover Into the Night, or did we merely subject ourselves to it.
We did, in fact, discuss Into the Night with Sean.
Okay, because we all watched that and we're like, oh, Michelle Pfeiffer is briefly nude in this as well. And that's something that like no one knows about.
Yeah, she's hiding emeralds in her puss.
Yeah, that's the lady pocket.
Mm-hmm. It's very convenient. I keep everything in there.
Yeah, I know.
It's called the secret purse. And men don't know about this one weird trick.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Jen can fit a lot in her secret purse.
Fuck you. Yeah, I've known some endowed guys. What of it?
Yeah. What were we talking about?
We were talking about no fisting, no coming on my face.
Right,
no.
yeah. Because she's a lady. She has standards. She's a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, after like one movie, like this guy turns into like Johnny Wad. Again, like another character transformation, like completely opposed to what he was before, where he was like, the sweater dork. And he's got like a leather jacket and his hair is slicked back. And he's like,
yeah,
I need to hire you for something.
Yeah, and I, obviously, like he's putting on a persona because he wants to talk to Holly Body, and I don't know, and I should tell our listeners this is currently available on Tubi, free with ads, and I don't know if it's just the inapt ad breaks on Tubi, because when the next thing you know, like he switched into his like producer in a leather jacket with slick back hair persona, and it's like, whoa, what happened? There's like no transition. And I think it was because it was like in an ad break, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, it's just like, hey, I'm a producer.
Well, hey, yeah, well, at least you remember to check Trivago, right? That's where I get all my dentures from. The actor confronts the killer. Turns out, yes, is the guy he is house sitting for. He really should watch more movies like this, and he would have put it together sooner. Yeah, they have a fight. He throws him into the reservoir, and Melanie Griffith shows up, and she's like, "What happened? Are you trying to have sex with me when I'm a corpse? Are you trying to make me dead because you are a necrophiliac? You're some kind of pervert."
In defense of Holly,
yeah, she's very.
I can understand why this woman would have a fairly brittle exterior, especially after everything that had happened to. Yeah, everything that had happened to her up till that point, and now she's woken up in a shallow grave, and here's this guy again. Yeah. So I see why she would be a little touchy.
Right. Yeah, she just like memory wiped her getting hit in the face with a tire iron after watching a car accident and then getting in a stranger's van.
Yeah, again, and like I don't exactly know how one would even plan this setup.
That's the thing. Like I'm trying, like, yeah, if it was a game, like I'm trying to think of like how you get from like scene to scene, how you like move the story along to be like, okay, they have to do this one exact thing, otherwise the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah, and like, we got to go all the way out to Silmar to shoot it. Fuck. But yeah, so the creepy disfigured guy who I think they refer to as the Indian. Because I guess because he looks kind of like the doll that torments Karen Black in that one TV movie.
Okay. Like how long has that guy been setting this up? Like how long has he been planning this? Like how long did he keep an apartment across the canyon from his own home so that he could find an actor who looks like him and is emotionally fragile enough to want to house sit for him?
Yeah, and like to get the guy in the baller pad in the first place, the chemosphere, like does he own that, or does he know the guy who owns it? And he's like, oh hey, like I really need to do this murder plot, dude. Can you help me out? Can I borrow your place for a while?
Right, yeah.
And Jeffrey Epstein or whoever is like, yeah, sure, take the keys.
Yeah, what's the best day?
I'll get Ghislaine to set it up for you.
Sorry, how did you pronounce that?
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine. I don't know.
Ghislaine.
Guzzling. Gasoline.
I mean, this movie is full of total sickos, but like we're talking next level sickos.
Right, yeah. Don't Google Tale of the Pup.
Can you do a Control F for that in the Epstein files? They tried to redact it, but they fucked it up.
Yeah. Remember, if it's tail O apostrophe, like if you look up apostrophe O, you're fine, but it's the O apostrophe. That's the one that'll get you.
Yeah, NSFW, by the way. But yeah, so did we adequately wrap up Body Double?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we already described the ending, so
Yeah, and like it doesn't.
He overcomes his claustrophobia.
Right, that's important. Like, and then in another
because
scene
as an actor, he takes his trauma and he uses it to inform his performance.
Yes, so he is method.
Yes.
Which is something that the porno producer asked him. He's some kind of method actor.
Right. Yes, I must first fall in love with my romantic lead. Otherwise, I can't perform in a porno.
And that's another scene that's like, wait, is this actually happening? Or is this some kind of a reverie? Because all of a sudden we're back on the set of the vampire movie.
Yeah.
And he's having a panic attack in the coffin again. And then he's like, nope, I can do this.
Yes.
And he uses the power of acting to defeat the killer.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, if that's not Hollywood, I don't know what is.
Yeah, so
you can see why Frankie
really
went
phony.
there.
Yes. Frankie knows what's up. So if you're going to have a panic attack, just remember to relax.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, you can show your support by going to patreon.com/haveyouseenthis and make a pledge at the $2 or $5 tier. $5 a month gets the latest episode before everyone else, plus access to our Discord where we're always arguing about movies. If you'd like to give us a tip, our Ko-Fi link is in the show notes.
Yeah, it's really enriched my life.